Hey folks, Wish SE up here in New Hampshire. We're getting ready to shoot the Sig P229. This is a double stack, double action pistol. It's been around for a while. This gun has a slight modification to it, and that would be the E squared ergonomic grips, which I have to say are hugely better than what comes on the gun. So we're going to do a very brief and quick review of this. One of the wonderful things about the SIGs is once they're in single action mode, they have a beautiful short reset, and their single action trigger is just absolutely phenomenal. Accuracy of these guns is also very, very good. So we're going to put some rounds down range in our target and get right at it. Thing we're going to do is we're about 3 yards away from our target. We're just going to do some accuracy drills. We've got some small targets out there. We're going to fire 5 shots or so. I'm going to fire 5 shots in single action, and as well as 5 shots in double action, or transitioning from double to single, and then I'll decock it. So double action to single. And again, double action to single, decock, coming out again, double action, so the slide did not lock back on that. That made me just the position of where I'm running my hands here. But what you'll see is I've got a really tight little group here at 3 yards. So it's just right, basically in the middle, with the exception of one shot that was taken in double. So there you have it. That was at 3 yards. There's one ragged hole. I'm now going to shoot 5 rounds single action only, and we'll see if we can produce a similar group. Single action mode. So that was me. The last 2 were just me not riding the reset. The first 3 shots on the reset were right there. Great stuff. Really, really easy to get hits on target. Okay, now we've got our camera or our target out there a little bit farther. Just going to press out. Even with that double action pull, it's okay. Really quite nice. So for whatever reason, maybe it's the way I'm running this gun, but the slide is not locking back, which could be 2 issues. One, it could be where my thumb is riding, right, against the slide stop up there. It's riding high. The other could be the magazines and the followers associated with that. So I've seen this happen a lot with SIGs, and when I run my Sig 226, I often have that. Not an issue for me because, again, you know, if I'm firing away, something happens, I'm going to assume it's a type 1 malfunction. Boom, lock the slide back. It's obviously locked. Then I'm going to jet my mag and come back in to keep going. Let's take a look at our target, and again, I'm about 5 yards away, right in there. I'll tell you, the headshots with this gun are super easy. You just put the front sight where you want it, you press that trigger straight back, and bing, you've got it right in there. Awesome.
It's the thumb. I do it. You always catch me doing it.
Really quite nice. So there we have it, folks. That's from about 5 or 6 yards away, maybe 5 or 6 yards away. But anyway, you can see transitioning from double taps into the center, transitioning right up into the head, and you can see no problem whatsoever, just getting good, accurate hits. Really liked it. So we're going to keep doing some stuff here. The next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to shoot some steel out here. We're going to move our camera around a little bit and take some shots at our steel plates. What I'm really liking about this gun is a couple things. One, of the single or the double action SIGs I've tried before, and maybe it's just because John has really worn this in, but it's got a really consistent double action, much better than the Sig 226 that I own. So that makes a difference to me, because as I'm pressing through that double action, transitioning to the single action, it feels very smooth and very comfortable. The other is these E-squared grips. These very ergonomic. The gun fits better in my hand. I've got small hands, and also the placement of where it is, so that the recoil mitigation is much better than it is when I've shot these guns with stock grips. Just my grip on the gun, the way that I'm able to drive it to the target and find the front sight. And that to me is a huge, huge advantage. So let's move our cameras and try some other targets. Okay, we've got some steel out here at 10 yards, and we're just gonna see how we do with the SIG here. So I'm really working to roll that trigger straight back. I'm just using double action, just getting some practice. And I'm having no problem with that double action trigger and just getting on target. So those were 6 shots, double action only. I decocked each time and then rolled that trigger through. So with a good double action trigger, this is no problem. And this particular gun, this Sig 230 or 229, really has a nice trigger. Now I'm going to transition to single action. Absolutely outstanding. Yards, and we're just gonna see how we do with the SIG here. So I'm really working to roll that trigger straight back. I'm just using double action, just getting some practice. And I'm having no problem with that double action trigger and just getting on target. So those were 6 shots, double action only. I decocked each time and then rolled that trigger through. So with a good double action trigger, this is no problem. And this particular gun, this Sig 230 or 229, really has a nice trigger. Now I'm going to transition to single action. Absolutely outstanding. Okay, so we've got our steel out there. We're at about 15 yards away. We're just going to take some shots. So you can see no problem whatsoever. I mean, frankly, I'm more accurate with this than just about any other gun I've been shooting, so maybe I'm going to have to take this from my buddy John and just keep it because he won't care. So we're going to keep, going to do one last drill, and then we're going to wrap it up. This SIG is really sweet. Some shots. Well, folks, that's it. That is the Sig P229 double action pistol. This is a double stack magazine that holds 15 in the mag and of course 1 in the chamber, so you could have 16 round capacity. It is a double action pistol which has a single action trigger that is really, really outstanding, particularly the reset. We saw it shooting the steel at 15 yards. It was just nuts on, so really a fantastic gun. The ergonomic grips, the E-squared ergonomic grips that Sig is now producing are really nice, and they feel just great in the hand. So if you've not done that, that might be something to think about. You saw we were able to get very accurate hits and certainly combat effective hits on our target here, transitioning from center mass into our headshot region, no problem whatsoever. Shout out to John for use of this gun. John, thank you so much. And thank all of you for watching. Finally, as always, stay safe.